Oh, you guys are here for another episode of Bikini Body Conscious Living. I know you are, because I am too, and it's one of my favorite episodes because we have Phillip Penza, the nigga you love to hate. Well, you hate to love because this guy's the perfect asshole. There has never really been a perfect asshole, if you know what I mean. But this episode is also hosted by Selena, Audrey, and Kamese, and Phillip is a good guy, so we all been working with him for a while, so stay tuned while I sign out. Knick-knack, paddywhack, out of here.
We had one of our viewers write in about just his weight issue. Mm-hmm. He's about 5'8". He's about 28 years old. He was about 300 and some odd pounds. He said about 300 pounds. He hasn't weighed himself in such a long time because he's actually scared to weigh himself. Mm-hmm. And so I could think of no other person that's more qualified than yourself to speak on this issue. He said he's tried all kinds of fad diets. Mm-hmm. Nothing's worked. And he's actually depressed. I mean, he's a bit suicidal. So this is a very, very serious issue. So.
Number one, I want to say, don't be afraid of the scale, because it's always good to get that starting point. So it's okay. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Number two, nutrition is 80% of the battle. Your exercise portion is about 20% of the remainder for that. So it's really, really important to watch what you eat. Now, so far as fad diets go, if you go on a diet, you go off of a diet. So it's not about dieting.
And a lot of people need to know that.
Right. It's about lifestyle changes and eating right. Mm-hmm. So forget the diets, forget the fad diets. Let's just take one bad habit at a time and change it. You can't change the world in a day. You didn't get to over 300 pounds overnight, so you're not going to undo it overnight. And that's okay. So let's take one thing at a time and change it. For example, if you're a dessert person, let's start with cutting back on the desserts. If you're a soda drinker, or if you drink alcohol or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Pick one thing, one bad habit, and let's cut back on that first.
Stay tuned. We'll be back to hear more. Thanks for staying, and we're back.
Selena, come on out. I normally would take a commercial break, but this subject really has my heart. Explain about your lettuce wraps.
Yeah, well, okay, so what these are, this is a shrimp Asian lettuce wrap.
Okay.
So basically what I get going is I saute a little bit of some onions, and then we'll add in the shrimp. And the shrimp cooks really quick. So with that just starting to brown, I will start adding in some rice vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. And I used shrimp today, but you can use chicken, you can use beef, you can use fish. You know, really you can use whatever protein you want.
Tilapia. And we are doing a little bit of cardio today and working that booty because as we all know, we can never do enough of that. We want to lift that butt all the time, right?
Every day.
So remember, if you don't work on that, it's going to fall. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, and just keep a nice steady pace. Nothing crazy. You just want to get your heart rate up. How you feeling over there?
Not so bad yet. I'm still smiling, so it's good.
All right. And you just want to hold this position here, and once you're comfortable, you're just going to lift that leg, and you can see we're really working that glute right there. So we are fighting.
Don't let go.
I won't let go. We are fighting gravity. So I'm just going to gently hold you. There we go. I'm barely doing anything here. She's really doing all of the work. And author and executive producer Phillip Penza. So we are talking health, nutrition, all kinds of great things here today.
Yes.
Are you having a good day?
I'm having a great day, but I have to tell you, I am those titles, I guess, but I take more pride in the title of being a dad. Before getting into the film industry, I was into nutrition pretty heavily. From owning my own studios to actually competing. I used to fight. I used to box in my youth. So yes, I was into it pretty heavily.
Now, after you stopped boxing, did you continue to use a boxing regimen in your workouts?
Pretty much. A jump rope, I'd say I'm 50-50 with that, but whether it's an elliptical, a treadmill, or a bike, I get in my cardio, I have to.
No cardio?
I have someone that cooks for me, so I have that. But when I'm traveling, you know, I'm out there, you know, so I have to stay conscious when I go to that McDonald's or Burger King or to that Denny's. I have to stay conscious of what they call either their fit breakfast or their lean meal or whatever. I look for those first. And I would say, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I'm pretty much 70% locked in. Childhood obesity it's sad. And it's our fault. As parents, it's our fault because They're kids. They didn't ask to be here, and we feed them this stuff, and we're not paying attention.
Okay, little books, little films. It means that it's an opportunity for perhaps people with little experience to get an opportunity to be able to act in movies. And it gives them a chance where they may not have gotten that before. Like, for instance, with you guys.
Absolutely.
All right? Your debut. Tony's debut. Perhaps if this company did not exist, that would have never happened.
Yeah, and also, Kevin, I want to let you know that when Dr. Beth came to my house, she literally cleaned out my closets that I have, or my cupboards. I had all kinds of junk in there. So it's going to be a change for you, but you just need to just hang in there and go with the change, because on the other side, you're going to just be, it'll be a new you. It was a new me. It's going to be a new you.